Are you ready and motivated for some online coaching on education, soft skills, and empowerment? If you are, you're at the right place. This is EPIS TEG Radio France just for you.
Hello and welcome. Today we are going to continue our program on public speaking. In our last episode, we spoke about why are people afraid of speaking in public. After all, they discuss with their friends face to face, and they don't really have problems doing that. But when it comes to public speaking, they seem to freeze out. Why is this the case? So in our program today, we are going to look at why or what you really need to do to surmount this problem. The first thing I guess you must do is to look at your language level, because we use language to speak. Now, if it is in the case of English, for example, and if you are not a native speaker of the language, if English language is not your native language, and for example, you are supposed to speak in English, and it's not your native language or your mother tongue, you would have to check if everything about the language is grasped. In this case, the syntax. The syntax is how we place words in context. How do you arrange words to make a sentence? If you have problems in syntax, you would have problems in speaking, and that problem will be translated to fear. Because at the end of the day, fear is just a translation of a particular lack of a particular skill. And when you are lacking that skill, the only way you can manifest that is through fear. And so fear somehow is a manifestation of a lack of skill. And so for you to really solve that problem, you need to identify what it is. And if you identify it, you can solve the problem, because the identification of the problem itself is half solved. You have solved half of the problem because you're able to identify what it is. And so most of the time we are lacking one particular skill or the other, and that translates into fear. So fear is not something that comes from something that has no meaning. No, fear has a meaning, and that meaning is the transcription of a lack, something that you're not having or you do not have. And so you are afraid that you don't want to go out there and ridicule yourself. And then it freezes you out. You find it difficult to perform because of that. Like I said in my last episode, people hate to be judged, especially when it comes to skill set. If you are not having the skill set to do a particular thing, you are afraid to do it because you don't want to show people how bad you are in that thing. And so you don't seem to do it well. So that's one way to really sort out that problem. Check out your syntax. Is it good? If it is good, then we'll go to the next step. But you need to make sure that your syntax is good. The way you place words in a sentence, that's called syntax. Okay? It is very, very important, because people always tell me they have problems of speaking. So we have to really analyze why you have this or that problem. If you're not able to identify it, then that is a big problem. And so identification of problem helps you to sort out the problem itself. So until next time, my friends, please keep speaking.
The program you just listened to was brought to you by EPIS TEG Radio France. Thank you for listening.